What's going on, everybody? We have Cooper Heller back in the building. Wasn't too long ago that Cooper was in this hot seat for a client success interview, and now he's back again because he has made even more tremendous progress in his business. Yep, Cooper just finished up with the Takeover program, and he, has grown not just in his business and financial sense, but also very personally and spiritually and just as a leader too. So we're going to ask Cooper a couple questions about his experience working in the Takeover program, how he's grown, what he's learned, and all the good things. So Cooper, welcome back, man. Why don't you give everybody an update from the last time you were here? The last time you were on this, you had just moved to San Diego. So what's happened since then?
Oh my God, so much. So much. I moved like 4 months ago, maybe 5 months ago. And when I first moved, I was generating about like 1 to 2 thousand, maybe, 3,000. So I was making enough. Some months were a little better than others, but here in San Diego, everything's very expensive.
Mhm.
So I decided to take the route with you and invest in Takeover. So like I said, I was making good income enough that I could get by. But I scaled up, hired a VA, an assistant coach, and now I'm making, 10 to 15K months. And it's been night and day, man.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah, the jump from making 2 grand a month to literally making over 10 grand. Now you said you're shooting for 15 grand this month is really, really crazy because this literally just happened a couple months ago. So what was it about the Takeover program that kind of made you want to reach out? Like, because you're in a situation you're making, $1,000 to $3,000 per month, and you're like, all right, do I want to take on another program, go through another building phase? Like, so like what was it that brought you in?
So I wanted to scale more because I knew that there was definitely potential there,
Mhm.
but I just didn't know how to do it. And so when I saw the opportunity with you with one-on-one, then I jumped on it.
Good. Awesome. I love it. Well, let's talk about your experience to Takeover. So, what were your expectations? What were you excited to learn? And what really surprised you about going through this program?
Hmm. I think the thing that excited me the most was getting rid of DM outreach,
Mhm.
to be honest. So I absolutely hated DM outreach, just like everyone else, I'm sure. So having someone else to hire to do that for you, that's better than I am at it,
Mhm.
is absolutely incredible. And giving you more time to be with your friends and take more sales calls and spend more time with clients. That's what I was most excited for.
Awesome, man. And what was your experience like hiring a virtual assistant? I know there's people out there that think that they could do it on their own. With what you learned to take over, did you feel like this is something that people should try on their own, or you think it's something that I guess just what was your experience like?
Yeah, dude. So before I hired the virtual assistant, I was a little nervous to hire a virtual assistant.
Hmm.
Because like you said, I thought I could do it on my own and all these different things. And when you're wearing all the hats, you just don't have enough time.
Hmm.
And that's what I realized. So the virtual assistant process was absolutely amazing. Um, I interviewed 3 people out of like 30 applicants because Cyro cut them down to the top 3,
Hmm.
and they were all amazing, all super qualified, all had college degrees, and I'm over here,
Yeah, yeah, that's
a
crazy.
dropout. Um, so yeah, I went with the one that I connected with the most, and he's like a friend of mine now. He's dope.
Good, good. Um, so here's my question for you. How has your life changed since before and after? It sounds like you're now in a place to where like it's almost like life is too good. Like you have like survivor's guilt. I know you've been texting me, talking to me, like, man, this is like too good. Like I got too much time to think on my hands. So what was life like before and what was life like now?
Definitely more stressful around the finances.
Mhm.
So when I first
Before,
moved out here, yeah, before,
before.
yeah.
Yeah.
So everything was, more expensive, and I was just like adjusting, and it was just a lot of like catching up to do. So when I finally started, scaling and making more money, I finally have that cushion now to where, I'm building out my emergency fund. I am, starting to invest in different things, and I have the financial resources to go spend money, on a burrito when I want,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. So it's much nicer now. It's more peaceful, man, for
Got
sure.
it. Got it. So financial security, you feel a little bit more settled. What about your time?
Dude, so much more time back. I used to do DM outreach when I had like nothing to do. And now I realize, when I get my content done, when I do my calls for the day, like I don't have to do anything else.
Yeah, you're
That's
good.
it's
Yeah.
nice.
And
So
what do you mean? So now you're saying you don't have to do anything else after the calls. Let's transition that into the assistant coach. So how's that been going for you? What's that process been like? And how does it feel stepping more into a leadership role of leading your team rather than just working for yourself?
yeah, man, I absolutely love it. Um, with my assistant coach, she's awesome. I actually knew her back in Texas. Shout out to Lauren.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, she's been killing it. I simply just sign someone and then pass them off to her. She gets them onboarded, set up, and goes from there. So after the sales call, I don't talk to them.
Good, good. So how is this whole process now that your business is kind of transformed? How has it allowed you to think about your business? Are you starting to get a little bit more visionary about what you want to create? Are you, what how has your business changed the way that like you're able to think about it?
Oh, dude, it's it's night and day, man. Like the grand vision for mind body health now is totally different.
How
Totally
so?
different. I mean, I'm actually transitioning out of fitness coaching and I'm doing more life coaching and purpose-based coaching for, people wanting to find their purpose in life.
Mhm.
Because that's what I'm extremely passionate about and aligned with. And the grand vision for mind body health is to have different experts in the same program. CBT therapist, registered dietitian, fitness coach, finance coach, all these different things to level up the individual on a full scale, not
Love
just
that.
fitness, but like, here's Bob. Bob comes out the other end a totally different dude.
Yeah. No, I love that. I love that. And that's all been, granted because of the time that you now have to be able to focus on that vision.
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, let me ask you this, man. Is there anything that you were scared of before hiring? Do you think that you could have done any of this on your own? If someone says, "Hey, I'm going to go hire an assistant coach, I'm going to go hire a virtual assistant," was it a little bit more daunting than you expected, or what was that like?
I would say I was a little nervous before. I mean, obviously I'd worked with you and I'm your friend, so I trusted you. But just like the investing is always nerve wracking,
Mm-hmm.
but also, you don't know what you don't know. And so I didn't know that hiring a VA would be as easy and awesome as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like an NAC, like all these things just sound scary because like you don't know what they are. And then you finally realize what they are and they just help you out so much.
I love
So,
it. I love it, man. So talk to me about this survivor's guilt. What have you been feeling like the things that you've been talking to me about, life just being too good and all that kind of stuff. What's going on there?
yeah, man. I was discussing with you basically just how this is like the first time in my life when I don't feel like there is an underlying stress or like an underlying like survival like want for like something.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just feel like all my needs are met, like eating healthy food, financially, I have amazing friends, amazing girlfriend. It's like all these things, and I finally feel like I just feel like a whole person,
I
a
love
normal,
that.
normal person. So
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Yeah, man. That's a wild thing to think about. You feel like a whole normal person.
yeah.
Um, Well, any words of advice, any tips, any thing that you want to pass on to anyone who's watching this video who's thinking about joining Takeover? Let's say that they are stuck at the 5K per month mark, doing everything themselves. They're stressed out. They don't have any time, but they're scared to scale. They want to join Takeover. What would you say to them?
Send it. Fucking send it.
Love it.
Full send, baby.
I love it. I love it. All right, Coop, where can people find you?
You can find him on Instagram and TikTok at Cooper B. Heller.
I love it, man. Thank you so much, Coop. Everyone who's watching, check you on the other side.